Hi, I'm Marquesa. I'm going to share with you one of the most special or funny events in my life. It's when I was 6 years old. I was a very active child, probably from birth through all my life. But anyway, at 6, I was a very active and busy kind of child. I used to like to cook a lot and play outside a lot. So that meant that I often took my mom's pots and pans outside to do my cooking. On one special day that I'll never forget, I had taken my mom's pots outside and had begun my daily cooking. And I had 3 pots, one large one, one medium-sized one, and one very small one. The large one was for my roast, which was made out of a large rock. And the medium-sized one was for my vegetables, my greens, which was a mixture of grass and weeds. And the small one was for my potatoes, which were very small pebbles. I didn't have any difficulty finding my grass and my weeds for my green vegetable, nor did I have any difficulty finding my small pebbles for my potatoes. So I quickly found both of those and got my dinner started. Well, it was a little bit more difficult to find my roast, which was my larger rock. There happened to be a rock that was the perfect size under the steps. So I proceeded to go to the steps and stick my head under and my arms under to get this rock, which was my roast for the day. I couldn't get my head out once I got it stuck. I had my roast, but I didn't have my head. So I moved back and forth, and I tried to get my head out, and I couldn't. I screamed and I yelled, and finally my mom came outside. She also kind of worked and helped me try to get my head from under the steps. She couldn't get me from under the steps either. So then my mom called a neighbor, because by this time my mom was a little bit panicked. So she called a neighbor, and between the two of them, they got me from under the steps. And at that point, my mother fussed at me because I think she was angry for 2 reasons. First, she was angry because this was just another thing that I had done in my life to try her patience. And so she was a little bit annoyed because I'd gotten my head stuck under the steps and I couldn't get out, she couldn't get me out, and she had to get a neighbor to help her get me out. And then she was annoyed because I had her good pots and pans outside with rocks in them. And I think what I forgot to share was I had also made my gravy, which was a combination of dirt and water, meaning mud. So I had this mud and these rocks, which were my potatoes, and all this gooky stuff in my mother's good pots and pans. So she was furious. And so that ended up being another one of those times when I was on punishment and sent to my room, where I always went to the window and yelled out, "Hi, I'm on punishment. Guess what I did this time?"